Hello, we bring you this public service announcement from Somerswood Caravan Park in Meriden, not far from the NEC Birmingham. We feel that this is so important, I've not even had time to get changed. So this is me when I'm not in uniform, everyone. I've received a few inquiries this week, and you may have heard or read online about a legislation change that has been publicised this week, and it concerns registering trailers when towing in Europe. Now, all I'm going to focus on is towing caravans and having small cars on trailers being towed by motorhomes, because at the end of the day, that's what this channel is about. I do have some notes because there's a lot of information and I want to make sure I get it right, and I'm going to read from my phone in a second as well. So let's start with a little bit of background. Back in 2019, all trailers weighing 750 kilos or more and being towed for commercial purposes, or trailers that weighed 3,500 kilos and were being towed for non-commercial purposes, had to be registered. And what we mean by that is they had to have a registration document and display a registration plate. And the document had to be available to be produced upon request by any foreign authority. Now, there are a few countries that are exceptions to this, and that is Spain, Ireland, Cyprus and Malta. However, if you are travelling to those countries via other EU countries, then the rules were still applicable. So, for example, you were towing to Spain via France, then the rules still applied. However, though, for caravanners and motorhomers towing a small car on a trailer, we fell outside of this because we fell under the Vienna Convention as tourists abroad. So what has changed? Well, on Tuesday, the 26th of August, there was an amendment to the criteria for registering trailers for towing abroad. And the main change was the summary at the beginning of the whole document, and also the different kinds of trailers that now need to be registered. So I have been scouring the Gov website and associated links and documents, and that is where all my information for this video has come from. There's been a lot of confusion this week about this because the registration the registration page clearly states a caravan as a type of trailer that might need to be registered. Be aware though, just because it doesn't say, but a small car on a trailer being towed by a motorhome would fall under this category as well. But the thing was, when you proceeded through the registration process, answering the questions as to whether it was for commercial or non-commercial use and its weight, the system told you you did not need to register for a trailer account. Thus the confusion arose. But today, Friday, the 29th of August 2025, a further update has been released. And it's all regarding the information leaflet that's number INF291. That's INF291. So I'm going to read from my phone for that, because that's going to be easier. So I do apologise. So, under UK legislation, certain trailers that are being used internationally must be registered with the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, the DVLA. This applies to all commercial use trailers that weigh over 750 kilos and all non-commercial use trailers that weigh over 3,500 kilos in gross weight. Although not mandated in the UK, most countries expect trailers over 750 kg gross weight driving to or through their country, apart from Ireland, Cyprus, Malta and Spain, to be registered, and they may take enforcement action if the trailer is not registered. And this applies to commercial and non-commercial trailers, brackets, for example, a caravan or horse box close brackets. You must register any trailer over 750 kg gross weight to drive to or through most countries in Europe to avoid the risk of enforcement action when using your trailer outside the UK. So I think the key bit there was, although not mandated in the UK, most countries expect trailers over 750 kg gross weight driving to or through their country to be registered. So what does this mean? Well, I'd love to give you a definitive answer and a course of action, but I can't. I have submitted a question to the National Trailer Towing Association and I am still awaiting a response. I am also in close contact with the technical team at the Camping and Caravanning Club, who are investigating this with the SMMT, and that is the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, and they're working with the DVSA and the DVLA on this. So I'm waiting to hear back, and if I hear any more detail, I promise I will share it with you as soon as I can. But I can hear you all now. There's some of you out there that are going, oh, but I'm going to Europe in September. Well, there's nothing stopping you registering your caravan or car trailer if you are concerned about an upcoming trip. Just search register your trailer for towing abroad on the Gov website and follow the links and on-screen instructions. So I've gone through this process myself. So if you go through the questions, it will come up and tell you that you do not need to create a trailer account, but you can override this. Underneath that grey box is a green box that says, I still want to create a trailer account. So if you click on that, you can then create an account and register your caravan or your car trailer. You'll be asked first to set up a government gateway ID if you haven't already got one, but that's a really simple process. And then you'll be asked details about your caravan or your car trailer. So you will need to know the VIN number, which you will find on the plate. You will also need to know the unladen weight, or MRO, and the laden weight, which might also be on the plate shown as MTPLM or MAM. Maximum authorized mass. You will need an email address, and you will also need a method of payment to cover the fee of £26. Now, I'm led to believe, because I've not got a caravan to register for towing abroad, but I believe there is not a database of caravans on there at the moment, but you can enter the information manually. There is quite a long list of different car trailers and trailers full stop on there. So once you've completed that process, you will get a digital registration certificate that is valid for 5 days. But you can't go and get the new plates, the new number plates, until you have received your hard copy certificate in the post. Once you've got that, you can go and get plates made up via a registered number plate supplier. I had to read that then. RNPS, a registered number plate supplier. Now, there is a link through this whole process. There's a link you can click and it will come up with all the suppliers that you can go to. And we did it for our own area in Sudbury, and there was quite a few just in our own town. So it's not difficult to locate one. But further information and all details about the size of the plate and the size of the numbers and all of this that you might need can be found in the information leaflet INF 291. That's INF 291. And that is on the government website. So I just want to, at this point, put in a disclaimer. I am not telling you to go and register your caravan or car trailer. All I'm doing here is sharing the information that I have found out so far on this subject. This is down to you. It's your decision what you choose to do. As I've said, I promise to update you when I've got more information. So I hope that was useful. Bit of a heavy subject for a Friday night. I do apologise, but I couldn't wait and I needed to share this with you as soon as I could. So please Any questions, pop them in the comments below. Any observations, again, in the comments below. But I'm also interested to hear from anyone who's had any recent first-hand experience of problems with trailers and caravans at the borders in Europe. There's been some hearsay online, but I'd like to actually hear some first-hand experiences, if any have happened. So, usual ending to my videos. Please remember, click like, click subscribe, and click the bell if you'd like regular updates of when we release a new video. And I will see you all very, very soon. Have a great weekend.